Kings 11 Punjab versus Chennai Super Kings, and the winner is Mahendra Singh Dhoni. What a knock. I mean, obviously they did lose the match by 5 runs. Kings 11 Punjab won the game, changed the formula today. It looks like the whole toss thing isn't really the factor, but great game, Zach and Joyda.
Oh, absolutely, amazing game. It's heart-stopping, and how he can still at this age, after so many years, instill so much fear into the bowler. See, every time they up the ante, 45, 47, now 55, and they were that close. I mean, they were literally
5 runs short.
5 runs. It's actually just 2 inches short. If that ball,
teams just can't relax now against CSK. Any day, doesn't matter what the situation is, whether they score 140 batting first or you give them 220. I think you just can't relax against them. As simple as that. I think again and again, 3 matches in a row. Like you cannot. They just know how to close on games. Like even today, 2 overs, 36 needed, and to come so close. It's just unbelievable. I think just the calmness which MS brings to the table, and tonight was certainly vintage Dhoni. Amazing. I think just the striking was unbelievable. He was just looking very calm, like how we've seen Dhoni create that kind of fear, creating that kind of pressure where bowlers starts committing errors. It was just superb.
For me, it was like literally this game was won by 2 inches. The 2 inches of Mohit Sharma's that third ball that stayed within the line. 2 inches out, that goes for a wide. He whacks the next one for a 6, and it's over.
No, and the funny thing is, people have been saying, oh, he's slow, he's not taking off. But every time somebody says MS Dhoni can't finish, he just comes back and starts something new altogether, right?
He's one of the best finishers. I mean, there is no doubt about it. And we've spoken about Chris Gayle also earlier in the match, and it's the same way. Like whenever Chris Gayle is on strike, it doesn't matter at what stage he's batting. It doesn't matter what age he's at. I think it's just the sheer presence of a guy. I think and similarly with MS as well. He's known to close on the games. He's known to just push the games further and further and create that kind of scenario and situation for bowlers to make mistakes. Under pressure, people make mistakes, and that's what he's so good with. And again, once again, he came so close in today's game as well.
I'm going to ask this question, just very polite, just throwing it in. That's all. Do you think he left it for a little too late?
He always everyone says that they leave it for a little too late. Last 2 matches, people on commentary have said, oh, they left it for too late and they finished it. So if you look at it, finally he brought the match to a winnable situation.
Yeah, true.
So if you've brought it to a winnable situation, that means you haven't left it too late, then odds could go either way. But the fact of the matter is, it's stupid to say that he could have smashed 2 more 6s early before. He knew what he was doing, he brought it in close enough, he just couldn't close it. He brought it to a winnable situation. It was never, there's sometimes you'll see the targets are very close, but the team is never really in touch. Here they had a very realistic chance when the last over started.
And today he actually started taking chances quite early in his innings. This is not something which we've seen from MS often. Like when Yuvraj Singh bowled that 1 over, he immediately stepped out. Yeah. That's something which is not seen. He looked to play that big shot. So I think today's innings, he knew exactly what he was doing, and he was batting at a good rate right from the word go.
Well, one of the best T20 knocks for sure, and it did make this entire match really interesting. Let's just take a look at what happened in this game once again. We've got the summary for you to see. It's got all the numbers thrown in there, and it'll just give you an idea of how close this game has been.
It has been a great game. I think it's been a great game to watch. Also, just the kind of build-up which CSK had, the way they started the innings, and especially Ambati Rayudu's innings as well. It was unfortunate that he got run out at that stage. And one more highlight of the game was Ashwin's review. I think that Sam Billings wicket was very crucial wicket. It was a brave DRS call at that stage, and he was just convinced. So that was also a turning point of the game.
Is that the review of the tournament?
So far, the review of the tournament. Also, I would say look at what he's done with this entire innings. Look at Ashwin. He's taken a crucial wicket, Sam Billings. Good review, smart review as a captain. He's called it well. Great run out, okay? Yeah. Got a few runs in the end. He's done it all. Brought in Chris Gayle, changed the entire outlook. So, as a captain, you have to say that while Dhoni has had an exceptional knock, Ashwin has been ticking a lot of boxes out there today. And that run out was also crucial. I mean, and remember, Ashwin is not known as the most brilliant fielder in the history of mankind. Yeah. He is consciously improved in that. Exactly.
History of mankind, not cricket.
Mankind.
I mean, you don't say Ashwin and say, was that Jonty Rhodes Ashwin? That doesn't normally happen. Yeah. But he was spot on. It was an important one.
Yeah. And we're also talking about this whole aspect of spin bowling, right? And nowadays, everybody is doing everything. He's been bowling leg spinners. What is it? Do you think the whole concept of specialist spinners is going out of the window? What is going on?
No, he's just moving with the trend. The trend is leg spinners, so he's made sure that he's adding that to his armory. But look, he's always been a great thinker of the game, and is someone who is not shy of experimenting. Like, he's if he feels that he can back it, if he feels that the T20 format is moving that way, where off spinners need to add something, and if that means that they have to learn to bowl leg spin as well, why not?
That was an interesting one. The previous match, he was actually bowling off spin and then slipping in a couple of leg spinners. This match, he bowled almost completely leg spin. And I was wondering, because it is a matter of rhythm. It can't be easy to bowl in a leg spin action, suddenly change bowl in off spin action. So this match, at least, he was saying, okay, maybe I'll just bowl leg spin, stay true to type. Because even when the left-hander was in, I think Jadeja, by the time he came in, he had 1 over left. He was still bowling the leggies. And that's interesting, because to a left-hander, the off-spin ball is actually a more effective ball. But, I think he's just doing very interesting things as a captain. And I'm looking forward to this Kings 11, because what they've done is they've proven to other teams that don't take us for granted. And as you said very rightly, right at the start, expect the unexpected.
Yeah. And I don't think it's just the team that's proved it to people. I also think it's the people who played the game. Chris Gayle, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. T20 is not really a young man's game, is it?
Not necessarily, I must say. Not necessarily, for sure. I think you need that situational awareness as well, and in especially in the pressure situations, you need that presence of mind as well. So with experience, those two things come very handy and comes naturally. So I think that's one thing you've seen over the years.
What T20 is not a recently married man's game. Look at Aaron Finch,
Aaron Finch, if he's watching this show, he's going to be feeling bad. But I tell you, there are some teams that are feeling really good, and these teams are at the top of the points table. The others are all trying to get there. Let's take a look at the points table. Kings 11 Punjab have moved to the 2nd position, Joyda.
And they're doing pretty well out there. CSK is still there. Rajasthan is still there. I think at this point in time, RCB, the slight doubts would have started creeping in, especially because they've played a couple at home. MI, of course, definitely, but MI, God knows what magic MI does. Suddenly they'll wake up and start winning a lot of games. DD, in fact, though they're down there, they'd be actually quite happy. The fact that they've won their first one, it makes a difference for them. I think DD would be really happy at the way they've won. It's looking a very, very open table to me. It's looking
the only team which is looking that it's going to consolidate its spot is Sunrisers Hyderabad. I think the 3 out of 3 wins is something which they should be very happy with. And now we are entering that phase of the tournament also, where you'll see that this table changing every day, because very soon MI will be playing RCB at home. So I think that will also be a deciding factor. And one team is going to just get ahead of the other, and you'll see a lot of shuffling in the table as well.
Well, talking about shuffling, every day there are new games. Teams keep making changes. Like, for example, tomorrow we have a very interesting game. It's the first time Gautam Gambhir is going to be playing in Kolkata, but with another team. He's going to be playing with Delhi Daredevils. So they're going to be playing KKR tomorrow. That is the fixture. We're going to be bringing that to you here on Crick Buzz. And, we're talking about shuffling. Do you think these teams are going to be making changes for tomorrow? Let's just take a look at the lineups. First up for Kolkata Knight Riders. Let's see the 11 that they played with in the previous game against Sunrisers Hyderabad. Do you think there's going to be changes there?
Looks unlikely, I think, to me, because if you look at it, the last game they made those couple of changes, the KKR I'm talking about, and Mitchell Johnson came back. They actually made 3 changes. Shubman Gill came in for Rinku Singh, and Shubman Gill also walked in the side. So I think what you will see in terms of shuffling is the batting order, because last match they should have started with Narain, but they didn't, and Uthappa opened the battings. Shubman Gill should be batting up the order. I think if they're deciding to go change the batting order with Narain, maybe Narain and Lin will continue to open. But I think the youngster needs that bit of confidence. Similarly with Mavi as well. I think Shivam Mavi needs to be given that kind of a confidence. Give him the new ball, say that the field is yours, just go out and express yourself. We believe in you. We believe in you, and just back the youngster. Give him 2 games, 3 games. Let him get that confidence of dealing with the pressures of IPL, dealing with the pressures of the crowd and the responsibility.
I fully agree. I can't see any other changes. You cannot take both these guys and drop them immediately one game into it. Secondly, my sense is, who do you pick up? Because right now, you really don't have results. Either you go back to Vinay Kumar and this thing. Batting also is the same situation. I don't think they have that many options also playing around. I see also batting order change, and my biggest concern is that at some point in time, they have to decide where they want to play Sunil Narine. They cannot. The middle order is probably the worst place to play him. Either you play him up front or you play him as a late finisher. Middle order is probably the worst place, because it is the kind of place where a batsman needs to play according to a situation.
Right.
Sunil Narine, at the end of the day, is a great hitter, but he's a one-dimensional player.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Yeah.
So you cannot tell him that, okay, now go and, the situation is 15 for 2, so play out a bit and then whack it. He can't do that.
Yeah.
So you cannot play him in the middle order. That's the wrong place to play.
Let's take a look at the Delhi Daredevils lineup as well. They had, you think they're going to be making some changes as well?
One possible change which I see it coming is Chris Morris coming back in place of Dan Christian, I guess. That will really strengthen the bowling as well. Looking at Eden's wicket certainly helps the fast bowlers. That extra bounce is also there. So someone like Chris Morris coming back in the side should certainly boost the team. Apart from that, I don't see any tinkering with the winning combination. Jason Roy obviously had a great match.
And
so
if Roy doesn't do well in Calcutta, where will he do well?
Gautam Gambhir, he's also a man who I assume he's going to go out there saying, Dikha dunga. I have a point to prove.
Come what may, he's going to be Gambhir.
He's going to be Gambhir,
And because it's KKR, he's going to be extra Gambhir.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be extra Gambhir or what?
Yeah. I remember the last time a former captain came back to play in Kolkata, and that was 5th of May 2012, and Sourav Ganguly came for the Pune Warriors. And normally the whole of Eden Gardens is a sea of purple, and here half of it was purple and half of it was Pune blue.
Right.
And it was quite a crazy thing. Now I don't think it's quite the same thing.
It's not going to be that polarized, I guess.
It's not going to be that polarized again, but what you are going to see is that he will have a point to prove. Remember 2 more things. Shami knows this pitch like the back of his hand. He plays Ranji Trophy cricket for Bengal. And Trent Bolt played here last year. So their fast bowlers know these conditions just as well. And therefore, this is going to be a tight match. And also, I remember in 2010 when, as I said, Gautam Gambhir came back to Calcutta after he won. The first thing he said when he got off the flight and got the mic was, Ami Kolkata Chele, which means I'm the son of Calcutta.
That's it? Sold?
So it was sold. They were sold, and now he's going to come back and...
Probably say the same line again and just get all the support going. I don't think there's a better line than that, right?
There isn't a better line than that, but yeah, it's going to be fascinating because he has a point to prove, and whatever it is, they will be. I mean, there's a lot of respect on both sides and all that, but there will be an edge to the contest. There will be an edge.
Definitely. So overall, it's been a good day. Nice meeting you all. Thank you very much for making my life
the table
easy.
As well before you go.
Yes, of course. I'm going to hug that table. One thing before we close is the answer to the joy factor. We asked this question about 15 hours ago. And people have sent a lot of answers. Let's take a look at that question.
We have an answer. We have a winner.
We do. Yeah. We'll just take a look at that question again.
Though this ended in May 2016, there's another version that continued in 2018 and finally ended in the ground where it started almost 10 years later. What am I talking about? I am talking about something that ended in Mohali today. Finally, after after almost 10 years, what happened? Suresh Raina did not play a match for CSK. And though the streak had actually, his streak of consecutive IPL matches had continued with the Gujarat Lions, and then he had taken leave for his child was being born in Amsterdam. He'd taken leave, so he wasn't even injured then. But that he missed a Gujarat Lions match. He had never missed a CSK match, and this is the CSK match that he's first missed. And 10 years, it's a long time. I mean, you have to give it, because, you know, players like this are like Iron Men. They keep going out there and doing it all the time. So, good for Raina.
Yeah. 15 hours ago, we asked you this question, and you waited for this answer, which I also think is a very long time. So, we also need to give it to you. Who is the winner? Who sent in the right answer? Let's take a look. Please flash that on our screen. Fastest answer.
Devansh Agarwal, 111. Obviously, he's going to come number one. He's got 3 ones out there. Devansh has also obviously got to answer it. Congratulations, Devansh. Well done. And let's see what Danish promises you. What do you want to give him?
See, we're actually working on little miniatures of these red tables. So, right. So when it's ready, we'll try and reach it to you. Otherwise, you can always come. Look around Mumbai. It's a great big city.
Don't
if you find the
promise
studio.
if you can't deliver. Are you going to deliver the miniature tables? I'm going to put you on the spot.
See, I'm just saying that, you know, Mumbai is a big city. We are somewhere here. If you can find us, come take it.
He's just done a film about politicians, so he knows all about making promises and going back on them. Not difficult.
See, I'll tell you, I'll make one promise. Tomorrow we're going to be back over here again, and we will bring you all the updates and all the news and all the information on Cricket Buzz. That's a promise that we will deliver. The table, I don't know, because we have one and we love it too.
An honest politician as well.
Table is anyways GK's responsibility, so he can deal with that.
Yeah,
you can promise on his behalf.
On behalf of GK, this table will reach you at some point. And with that, I think we should call it a night. Thank you very much. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
And you have a flight to Delhi, if I'm right.
Good night.
Have a good flight.
Thank you.
All right. Good night. Join us again tomorrow.